What's up, Strength and Mobility team? All right, today's about pushing or chest and triceps. We're going to go over both and the differences between the two in programming and what they can do for you. So the one thing we talk about, whether it's chest and triceps or pushing, is we want to make sure we push before we pull. One of the reasons is that if I pull on Monday and push on Tuesday, I'm doing all my pulling work, and that means that the muscles that hold me into position to have a strong, stable shoulder girdle to push from is going to be wasted, fatigued, and they're not going to be able to hold me as tightly in position. So pushing before you're pulling is a huge thing, and that's why you do chest and triceps before back and biceps. So looking at push day, we're going to pick around 6 exercises a day. You should always be warming up. Spend about 10 minutes getting blood to flow through the body, increasing the range of motion or going through dynamic movements to get full range through most joints, and then you can start to get the muscles fired up of the areas that you'll be working on. So for today's push day focus, chest, shoulders, triceps, and then the quads and the calves. So we're going to do 6 exercises. We're all quarantined at home, so we're going to make them a little more specific to home things that you can do are body weight exercises. And when we talk about pushing, we want to keep a couple things in mind. You want full body exercises, 2 of those, 2 upper and 2 lower for the 6 exercises that we're looking at today. The reason we're doing these types of exercises is not a lot of isolation, is because we are, again, trying to work on the kinetics. They're the neurological connection between the joints and the muscles and the firing of those groups in good order. Squat press and unilateral full press are things that you can do for the full body, and this is if we have weight, because this is now using those legs and the arms working together to achieve one action of pressing or pushing. 2 upper body exercises and 2 lowers, things consist of shoulder press, flat press, dip press, or anything in between. You also got the single-sided exercises as well. And for the squats, or for the lower body, you got squats, calf raises, forward lunges, single leg squats, and there's a ton of things you can find online, but we also put out a bunch of exercise videos on YouTube and on our Instagram. Keeping those in mind, the homework is going to be burpees, 8 to 12 repetitions in 4 sets. And all the rep and set schemes I give you is just a general recommendation. If it's too easy, do more. If it's too hard, do less. So for burpees, 8 to 12 reps, 4 sets, then going into the incline push-up, or if you're a beast, handstand push-up, or if it's a little too tough to do incline, go to the regular flat press push-up, 8 to 12 reps, 4 sets as well. Again, if things are too easy, go slower, do more repetitions, find a way to challenge yourself. The work and the effort is going to be the game changer. Regardless of whatever program you have, you can have the best program in the world or the worst program in the world. The effort that you put into it is going to get what you need out of it. Single leg squats comes up next, 8 to 12 repetitions on each side. You can do it without anything, or you can work on sitting up from a chair with one leg doing all the work for you. That's a great way to start if you've never done those before. Dips for 40 seconds, 3 sets. Alternating forward lunges, big push off that front foot, 40 seconds again, 3 sets, and then finishing off with single arm presses. And you can do these a bunch of different ways. Again, we have videos to refer to any exercise or any push day that you need. I think we already have like 3 or 4 push days on our YouTube and our Instagram. Now, if you're looking at chest and triceps to be able to activate certain areas, and maybe you go running, or maybe your leg day is a separate day completely, or you're on that bodybuilding split again, chest and triceps, we're going to pick 6 exercises again, and you're going to warm up for about 10 minutes doing those things we talked about, blood flow, range of motion, and getting those muscles ready for action. 3 chest, 3 tricep exercises, and the way this works is that we're not a jack of all trades and master of none. We're actually giving a lot of attention to the muscles of the chest and triceps, so that way they can contribute more greatly to action, hopefully later on when we add it into strength patterns. So the chest triceps exercises are going to be as follows. You have 3 planes of motion that the chest mostly works in: incline, flat, decline. Incline being the smallest section, but the one we want to work first if we're doing home exercises, because we don't have the weight to load, which means the risk to reward ratio is a bit skewed. Follow me here. Incline chest push-up for 40 seconds. So if we're talking about bodybuilding, there's a couple of principles you want to keep in mind, and that's time under tension. Active mindset, so mind-body connection. You want to be looking to squeeze, you want to be looking to be with that movement, mentally and physically together. You want to be there the whole time as you flex and squeeze. Again, if 40 seconds doesn't do it for you, increase the time that you're working, and smooth patterns of movement are going to be the best. If you look at bodybuilding technique, a lot of them aren't really exploding through the phases of positive or negative. They're controlling and finding that squeeze, and that's going to be getting the muscle to do most of the work. So incline chest push-up, 40 seconds, 3 sets. Flat, wide push-up, more chest activation, 4 sets, 40 seconds. And then dips, getting into our triceps. 40 seconds, 3 sets. Last 3 exercises will be chest flies, and there's a couple of ways to do it from your back, or you can have towels sliding on the floor. That one's a pretty tough one. Narrow press, which could be a diamond push-up or a narrow press from your bench or on your back, and then finishing out with tricep extensions, which could be a bunch of different ways. Hinged out, tricep extending, you could do single arm, you could do them overhead, and I also showed an exercise on the push day the last time where you're doing them off of a wall. So the difference between push and chest and tris is more function, more focus. Either way, you gotta work.